loading up now.
They all on?
No, I just loaded it up. No.
Oh, okay. We got to be real careful, man, with a lot of this, man. Like color and color stuff is really messing people up, bro.
Uh-huh. They don't get it. They still stuck on skin.
Man, that shit crazy. And then he SLC2485 don't mean it's gonna fully express itself if other genes is active. 15% of
Huh.
African Americans got that. Hell, I might got that. And other genes is active that camouflage to give me a reddish brown color. People don't
Uh-huh.
understand that stuff, bro.
And then too, Neanderthal had a totally different gene. Totally different gene that make their skin lighter.
Absolutely. They did. They did.
I'll get to it soon. Hold on. My intro music coming. I say, yeah. They say that like our Bible, what we say. I shake. Yeah, I'm with the tribe, but we don't play. I shake. You know we gon' ride every day. I shake. All my guys down the slide if I say. I shake. We just say I shake. We just say I shake. You know we gon' slide if I shake. I shake. We just say I shake. We just say I shake. You know they gon' slide if I shake. Yeah, I shake. See, this that vibe, this that get outside, this that Lego slide. We don't die, we gon' stay alive. You know we don't hide, we don't try. Pull up with the guards, pull up with a goddess. She the hottest, she just do Pilates. Told her don't be modest. I just come through the hood and shaking my drip. Throwing these gems, they bobbing their head. 12 be hating, we ducking the fish. She know he a snake, then cut off his legs. Yeah, you remember what I said? They watching me talk like Ted. I entertain like said. I treat the herb like med. She went to med school, so she used to them scrubs. But I give her TLC. She a PYT. We got computer love. I just did IT. I slid in them DMs. I turned her to a wife in a bill. Getting lit at the PM. She know who I am. They said that like a Bible, what we say. I shake. Yeah, I'm with the tribe, but we don't play. I shake. You know we gon' ride every day. I shake. All my guys down the slide if I say. I shake. We just say I shake. We just say I shake. You know we gon' slide if I shake. I shake. We just say I shake. We just say I shake. You know they gon' slide if I say. I shake. Like a line water by the Uzi. Y'all know I'm a poet like the movies. Yo, what's up with it? Welcome to the Al Jaheed's podcast. Trying to continue the conversation we had over the pseudo killers. What's good with it? Got my brother and Goes in the building. What's up with it, bro?
What down, bro? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. We got an interesting build. Let me see if it's showing up in the chat, man. I'm gonna send a link out too. Send a link out to the different Discord and different areas.
The fuck? These some ignorant ass niggas, bro. Hello? No, I'm in the streets, bro. I got a whole gun in my motherfucking car. These niggas is riding up, and I'm licensed, but I'm just saying they riding
Yeah.
up all stupid and shit, bro. I lay your ass down, bro. Wallahi. But what you were saying, bro? Like he just
Yeah.
rolled up, bro. Like, dude, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, what's up with it? Mongo Slade in the building. What's up with it?
Oh, we got the brothers on here.
Yeah, I see Mongo Slade in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a link out to the Discord. James show up.
He not gonna show up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I heard Sosa trying to get in. Hope Sosa come in. Yeah, I had a map too, man, to show that. Let me share my screen, man. I had an interesting map. Show the vegetation of Egypt. And I might be saying, of course, when we talk about Mediterranean race, that's pseudo. Like when we talk about Mediterranean culture,
That's something different. I mean, these people, these Afro-Asiatic people and these Ibero-Mauritian people, they utilize Mediterranean resources, vegetation. So that makes them a Mediterranean culture. And it's still an African culture.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't find nothing intimidating about it because it's just a border that multiple continents share. Southern Europe, North Africa, and portions of West Asia, which is the Levant area. So it's like the people from within every border contributed to it. You get what I'm saying? Like the Ibero-Mauritans was right there in the northern part of Africa. The Eritrean two groups that we speak of, Christopher Aaron and all that, they drifted up there a long time ago and brought some flavor there. That's for the African portion. In Southern Europe, those Europeans was doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a population where people meet, and then they were trading, and they were breeding with the same women. So it's like Mediterranean. It is. Egypt sits in between the Red Sea, the interior portion of Africa, and the Mediterranean in the further north. So it's like I don't Mediterranean culture, whatever. It ain't. It's
It
still an
is what it
African
is.
culture.
Yeah, like even when we like that, they just like they single like they think the Mediterranean is just the Greek and the Italian version. That's the Aegean section of the Mediterranean. You know what I'm saying? You still got an Afro-Mediterranean too. It's all culture, but all them people, you know what I'm saying, at one point in time linked up and shared genetics and shared culture with each other.
Correct.
I mean, hell, before you even get to a Greek, before you even get to the Greeks, the Minoan population was trading with Egyptians and wine and all that. That's where all the wine in Egypt come from the northern Mediterranean area or southern Europe.
I agree. The wines, the berries. Oh, yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I mean, only people tripping over that is racist, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They don't
That's the only
understand.
people tripping over that.
Oh, look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta show my screen real quick. Oh, you can see my screen.
Yeah, I see it.
We got a map. Dope ass map. You see up in the chamber, man. They scared to show up.
Of course, they're not gonna show up, bro. They know what they doing, and then
You got Metro
the
on the
people
build themselves with it, bro.
that prehistoric West Africa kill it all. Like you start studying the inception of us in West Africa, we have nothing to do with Egypt. Like Africa was so diverse with its own independent levels of development. People are not accepting that, and they don't understand divergence in time that these human beings split from. You know,
Yeah.
they had a long run. So West Africans, it doesn't make us less than. We have our own thing. We don't have any. I know for a fact we ain't touch a brick in Egypt. We wasn't the predecessors of none of that. So that's why I don't use that term. We. I say they or distant cousins. You feel what I'm saying? That's I say shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this piece right here. This from African Civilization of Africa, Christopher Area. Uh, let me see. Yeah, we talk about the different populations that was in the Middle Nile region. During the early Heliocene period, from 8500 to 600 BCE. Start here where he say I can start. Let me see. Let me start. Yeah, I'm gonna start right here. When he say Northern Sudanians. Oh yeah, we say not notable. No, I'm gonna get right here. We talking about the Red Sea. Okay, right here. With their expansion into the region of the Eastern Sahara, the Northern Sudanians, these some early Northern Nilotes, the ancestors of Eastern Sudanians, the ancestors of the Sahelians, and the ancestors of the Saharians. So these different Nilotic branches, and say Northern Sudanians came into contact with Eritreite communities, Afro-Afrasian in civilization, who resided east and north of them in the lands east of the Nile River and the Red Sea Hills. And let me mention to y'all, when they speaking about Afrasian civilization, they really talking about two different groups. You had two different Afroasiatic speaking populations there. You had the North Eritrea population who are the ancestors of Egyptian speakers, Amazigh Chadic speakers, and the pre-Proto-Semitic speakers during this time period. And they say from I'm gonna go ahead and say who resided in the east, north, and from the lands east of the river in the Red Sea Hills. In this case, in this case, these people will be the early, the proto-Egyptian speakers, like the Nakata groups, like the proto-Nakata groups, or like the proto-Badorian type groups. You know what I'm saying? Speaking these ancient, or proto North Uritric languages. You had a South Uritric branch, which is the proto-Cushitic people in the region living immediately in the Red Sea Hills. And to say from 8500 BCE onward, there began several thousand years of mutual interaction that gradually reshaped the direction of history across large parts of Africa. One notable constant throughout this history was the correlation of ethnicity with climate. The great shift in Africa rainfall belt after 9500 BCE, as we have already seen, established two different climate regimes in the Eastern Sahara. Mediterranean grasslands advanced far south and became more extensive in the Red Sea Hills, while to the west in northern Red Sea Hills, dry Mediterranean steppe vegetation extended far as southern parts of modern-day Egypt. In this regime, rainfall arrived in the cooling season of the year, equivalent to the winter time of the northern hemisphere, but from the far southern Egypt southern, the tropical African steppe prevailed in the rains coming at the same time as the northern summer. Throughout the wet phase, Eritrean communities of Afro-Asian cultural tradition resided in the Mediterranean environments. East and north of the climate transition, North Sudanic peoples occupied the tropical steppes to the south. Cultural influences flow both ways, and the people must frequently have interacted and moved in both directions across the climate transition. But their ethnic groups as a whole tended to spread out within the environmental zones they already occupied. What you think of that? It goes.
You can't get past that. Shit, Christopher Everett, he went in.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
nobody, can't nobody get past that. That's
Nah,
over with.
I'm gonna show the map too. Hold on, it's a good ass map he got.
I wish they could come on and stop hiding and playing games.
Yeah, man. They know what it is, man. James ain't gonna get kicked off the show. You come on any other time.
Now he know what he doing. He go to grounds where he know he can go backwards and forward and screen and do
Yeah,
all that. He don't want to go on grounds where he don't get drowned the hell out with real information. But
yeah,
James, my dude, not saying he ain't my guy. I like James, but he know what he doing.
yeah. You know, I don't play no games over here. To the other map. Watch this map. Right, here it goes. In the middle Nile region, for people who don't know, what I described, it would have been a region where Mediterranean vegetation and climate would have met up with this steep climate, this tropical steep climate in the Sudan and in the
That's
Eastern
right.
Sahara.
That's right.
Go down to African civilizations. Here we go. African climate and vegetation in Africa, 8500 to 6500 BCE. Damn map it. Here we go. Damn. All right. You see that it goes? I don't zoom in. You see that?
Oh yeah. Wait, I see it.
It say climate and vegetation in Africa, 8500 to 6500 BCE. And they talk about the different, like a lot of people don't know this. Like this is important. Like you Christopher Area, he even said like the area was like you had ethnic groups in particular areas who favored particular areas. And even right here, zoom in to I can't zoom in no more. But right here, where you see Mediterranean vegetation in the blue, you see all this up here, 8,500 to 6,500 BCE. Green, this is Green Sahara. This is
That's
Green
right.
Sahara. During the Green Sahara, all the way stretching all the way down to southern Egypt, where it meets the tropical African steppes, where most of the Nilo-Saharians reside in their heartland. You know what I'm saying? This would be considered the Middle Nile right here. But all this blue, even going into the northern portion of the Red Sea Hills of the Red Sea, this all would have been Mediterranean climate,
That's
Mediterranean
right.
resources these people would have been using.
That's right.
Even them northern Cushitic groups would have utilized Mediterranean resources. Ancestors of the Egyptians, the Bedouins, all of them would have been utilized Mediterranean resources, culture. Even the cows. The cows is a Mediterranean thing. The cows the cows that was going on in these steep areas, these were hunter gatherers who were taming wild oryxes. It wasn't fully domesticated, but like on the verge of like agricultural beginnings. Like you had like little proto, what you call little proto pastoralists or agro pastoralists going on before the fully domestication came in through the Levant during the mid Heliocene period. For cattle, probably the beginning of the Heliocene period, you know what I'm saying, probably like 8,000 BCE. And they merged these cattle through these Afro-Asiatic speakers and would have mixed their cattle culture up. That's why a lot of like the latest find that they found in the Sudan in the Eastern Sahara, the cows that they found were like hybrid cows. They was hybrid with wild oryxes and domestic Bos Taurus cows.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And then later on, you get the Bos Indicas, coming in from cows traded in all the way from India. And then
That's dope.
you had transverse culture too, because the donkey was actually domesticated right here in the Red Sea Hills
Yes, it was.
by the
Yes, it was.
Proto-Cushitic people.
Yes, it was. Shit, they was importing that all the way over there in Israel, because in the myth, in the allegorical story of Yahshua, Jesus said he rode on a donkey. So we know
Yeah,
people from near, the Red Sea was already trading, what I'm saying, with populations through northern Sudan that was going through Egypt, important stuff. The thing is that what people don't want to accept, though, Gullah, is that ancient world of antiquity is the Middle Eastern, North Africa, West Asia, Mediterranean world at that time. That's where most of antiquity speaks of when it talks about ancient civilizations. You can't include, I'm not talking about Sumer because that's Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is nowhere near I mean, Iraq is not part of the Mediterranean. But I'm saying that Basin, Northern Africa, the Levant, Southern Europe, those are very special pockets. And Mesopotamia had its insertion too, because a lot of those people was already going back and forth down that way, south
yeah,
of
down that
Turkey,
way.
and they
Yeah.
was going backwards and forth. So
The ancestors of the Akkadians came from the Mediterranean, from
yeah,
Rome.
they crossed through the Levant, they went through Syria, and they went down and they conquered the Sumerians. Before the Sumerians were there, you had the Proto-Ubaid. The Proto-Ubaids wasn't nothing but pre-Neolithic culture, which was basically half Natufian and half indigenous populations that was there. They
Yeah.
was the predecessors that created Göbekli Tepe, believe it or not, in southern Turkey. People not ready to fully understand that bigger picture.
Uh-huh.
So it's like that world, even up to Egypt, even North Sudan, is very important.
Oh yeah. Yeah, most definitely, man. This right here. This a wiki article on Lower Nubia. Lower Nubia is very different from upper Nubia. This what it like up Lower Nubia and Upper Egypt would have met up and had cultural ties with each other. We had different people in that region. upper Egypt, you would have had more of the Nakata people who were like these North Eritrea people. But you would have had a different, uh, you know, migrational flow between the different cultures.
Yeah.
It's like the Christopher Eric said. He said even though these people migrated, you know what I'm saying, overlapped each other, the main culture or the heartland of the culture would remain in their ethnic zones. Overall, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in
I,
here,
I,
right? What you gonna say, bro?
I'm gonna say if you get a chance, you should put up that prehistoric Egypt demonstration when it showed the Neolithic, Upper Paleolithic, and it showed the backwards and
Okay,
forth going on. Whenever you get a chance.
okay. Even in here, when they talk about the language, they say linguistic evidence indicate that Cushitic languages were spoken in Lower Nubia, and then that'd be the A group and the C group people. It's an ancient region which straddles present-day southern Egypt and part of northern Sudan, and the northern in that Nilo-Saharan languages were spoken in Upper Nubia in the south by peoples of Kerma culture. In the northeastern, with northeastern Sudanic languages from Upper Nubia, later replacing Cushitic languages in Lower Nubia. And too, to add on to this, uh, according to Julian Cooper, I got this paper too by Julian Cooper. He claims that even before the Nilo-Sahareans were in the Kerma region, you had the pre-Kerma culture. The pre-Kerma culture was identical with the A group, and they probably would have been Afro-Asiatic speakers too. You got overlapped by income and Nilos in the mixing. Then you had the gas group, people, in the east. A lot of them associated with people in Eritrea, Kushites in Eritrea, like the Aga people,
That's right.
intermixing with the Kerma people.
That's right. They was
So these
mixing a
would have been,
long time.
yeah. So these would have been, centrally, these people would have been Eastern Sudanic people with layers of different Afro-Asiatic admixture and mixture into their population.
I see, but then when you go on that north, far like towards the further north, after Nazlet Carter, and you start studying like the civilians and all those groups of people, they already had a run that was similar to populations going back like the Mushabeans. If you look up Mushabeans, you can see their integration into the Levant. Then you go into the Cambrian. If you follow the timeline, the chronology of prehistoric Egypt, it talks about a layer of some of those Cambrian groups. Something happened over there probably 20,000 years ago. And some of them was finding their way back into the Nile because they were splitting up because there was a lot of changes going on. So it was a
Yeah.
lot of, it's been a lot of backwards and forward going on for thousands of years. So, and even with the helping culture was in North Sudan, but a brother group to them went through Upper Egypt. So, what I'm trying to get the audience to see is when people were going through the South and going north, they were meeting up with other wandering populations and merging.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Even
in North Sudan was definitely diverse already because you got one population that's Nilotic or Dinka like, you got another population that's Cushitic or Ethio-Somali like, that's lingering around one another.
yeah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Even when you look at them people in you find a lot of the ancient pre proto Semitic genetics today in Yemen. Because a lot of them early Semitics traveled south. You know what I'm saying? And the ones up north, said kept intermixed with other incoming people from different areas or whatever. But them southern Semitics, they got a lot of the ancient like Tufian DNA and all that shit. Like even when you look at some of them, they got some of the basal Eurasian shit. Some of them look like Vidoids.
Yeah,
Even some of them got the heavy proto-Cushitic or proto-Omotic component. Well, I've seen a lot of them tribes. I think the Hadramite tribes and
and a Mahiri, and a
certain
Mahiri.
other tribes. Them motherfuckers look like Somalians, bro. With
Yeah,
them
but that's
daggers,
what
them dudes with them daggers, they were certain of our tribes with them daggers too.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People don't they not understanding the backwards and forth with the pre-pottery Neolithic groups that was going backwards and forward. And the problem is,
And goes, you ever seen what they call the flower man of
yeah,
Yemen?
the flower men they speak a
Yeah,
language that's distinct from everybody else over there. Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Even
and also if you look at the PCAs, the closest population to Natufians are the Mahidi Arabs, the people in Socotra, the people in Yemen, the Bedouin groups of Kuwait, the Bedouins of the Negev. Look up the Bedouins of the Negev.
Yeah.
Those are remnants of populations that you see that was in the early Levant and in North Africa.
Hey, you ever seen that guy? It's a guy who makes sandwiches in New York. He work at a bodega. He can make any sound. They call him the Aki way. Every time he's like, I'm gonna make it the Aki way. You ever heard him? He makes all these different sounds out of different ingredients and shit. They be looking good, like the different chopped cheese shit. But,
Yeah. What do
but
you?
he from Yemen though. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at him, he look like a mix, like he mixed with some East African, you know what I'm saying, Middle Eastern. Like he looked like it. Like you could see the East African undertones, even though he, you know what I'm saying, probably, you know what I'm saying, majority indigenous Middle Eastern, but you could tell he got some of that, Horner or, early Basel Afrasian mixture in him as well.
Yeah, and them Horners, man, they've been going in and out for a minute since the Sabians.
Yeah, bro.
You were talking about that with the roster phases. A lot of them Sabians been going into Yemen and going backwards and forward and mixing. That's why
Bro,
J. That's why you got a
bro,
lot of J in northern Ethiopia. You got a lot of E3B in Yemen. It's been going backwards and forth.
bro, even before the Sabian, that's the 3,000 mark when when the Southern Arabians was going back and forth. But then you had an earlier migration with the the Ethio-Somali component, which came out of Southern Arabia and
Yep.
mixed with the Hamite component.
And, yep. A very long time ago.
They was trading obsidian tools.
That's right.
I was showing
That's
you
right.
right here where they say well Clyde really, when he talk about, two Afro-Asiatic languages were present in antiquity in Nubia, namely ancient Egyptian, which would be the Nakata, or these descendants of these North Eritreic branch of Afro-Asiatic, or Eritreic, and then you had South Eritreic branch, which would have been the Cushitic speakers, which is the A group people who later became the B and C groups. And you would have had the gas, so you would also had the gas group too, a little bit, it's a little bit southeast.
Yeah, they were southeast. Yep.
Yeah, but they would have been, they would have been part of the Cushitic branches. You know what I'm saying? So you had two combinations of branches of Afro-Asiatic languages in the region, along with the Nilo-Saharan branches.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't none of the ops come on here at all, bro. Nobody.
Let me see. Let me look in the chat, man. It's some people in the chat agreeing with us. I don't know
Yeah.
who. Let me see. I got 13 in the chamber. Pure Black TV here.
Oh yeah.
Chopped cheese. I'm gonna put the link in the chat and see who want to jump. You see who want to get froggy.
That'd be nice.
Oh, let me see. Yo, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. See who want to jump on, add to the conversation. You get an in on.
That's
I,
good.
I just have any questions. Have any inquiries. Dr. Bonard, what's up, bro? You be tripping sometime, man. You be denying the Afro-Asiatic ancestry of North Africans. And I don't like that, bro. You gotta study more.
Who be denying it?
Huh?
Which one of them be denying it? Thank you.
Dr. Bonard.
Oh yeah. I think he Coptic. His language is Afro-Asiatic. So
Man,
I think he Coptic.
he probably a messed up cop because I work with a copper named Abraham. He a Christian and everything.
Yeah, a lot of Coptics live in Australia. I don't know if you live in Australia, but some people be having their own personal biases, man. Like I'm not in this for racism. Like people be
I
like being
mean,
racist and
I mean, either.
trying to belittle black people. You should see some of the words people use.
Mm-hmm. Did you see when I was showing the people of Luxor when I was talking and shit?
Oh yeah, you should not. Yeah, but you can't deny even Coptic language. If you look it up linguistically, you can show him it's Afro-Asiatic. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel, you know what I'm saying, Chief X in the conscious community, but I ain't never really been part of the conscious community like that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally. That's why I was like, I feel like, so we've been saying it way
That's why I
before.
was trying to.
It's,
That's
it's,
why I
it's
was trying
between
to.
me and you.
That's why I was trying to tell the audience. I
Yeah.
met you. I was in the conscious community on the surface. Like I said, I didn't know what you was doing before, but when I finally met you around 9 years ago, I say, "Damn, this dude deep." And I was intrigued by you, so I was like, "Yo, I want this brother to be part of Team Osiris." See what I'm saying? So I remember when I
Yeah,
first met you, you was already on the roster act. You didn't even call yourself black. So, people really wasn't hip to that. So now with the igniting, people act like a lot of the stuff that we talk about is new. And it's not new. It's
it's
really
not
not.
new at all. I've been talking about the connection with the Hornets and the Mediterranean. But bro, remember we talk about I remember you used to tell me all the time you used to work with a Moroccan and all that, you know what I'm saying? We used to always talk about that. How you know what I'm saying, that they got a deep connection with each other no matter how they look. That
Uh-huh.
these males, mixed with these indigenous Iberian Rougean women, and some of the women coming in out of Southern Europe.
But you know what my problem was, Gullah? I pacified Afrocentricity. If you ever came to my crib, bro, in the future, I don't own one Dr. Anti Joke book. I don't own books by Dr. Ben. I never came
Me
in.
either, bro. I
I never.
only own like one book from Dr. Ben. I put that shit down, bro. In first
Oh
chapter.
yeah.
I
I
said,
didn't
bro,
come
he
in the
wrong as hell. He wrong.
when I came into the community. I picked the name Ngozi because Ngozi is the Igbo name. It means blessing. It's a unisex name. In
Yeah,
Tanzania, it means skin. It has different meaning. The name in South Africa, in Zulu, Ngozi means danger. So when I went into the community, I used a West African name.
yeah,
I never came. Now don't get it twisted. I did used to say in the earlier phases that the Egyptians was black, but I always said they were distinct from West Africans. But it was a book that I read, and it's an old show that I did actually like 12 years ago, and they reposted it like 6 years ago. And I was reading a book, and a lot of the misinformation about the Egyptians being black, not even black, but I was reading Mustafa Gadala, Exiled Egyptians, and in that book, even him as an Egyptian, because Mustafa Gadala is Egyptian, he was saying that a lot of West Africans come from Egypt. So I
yeah.
used to I used to mimic stuff like that, and I pacified black people or the idea of Afrocentricity. But in Gozi, I'm not a racist. I'm not an Afrocentric. I love Africa.
Yeah.
I'm talking about light skin, dark skin, all that. But I
This
also know
dude,
that
hold on real quick and go. This dude in the chat, Dr. Bunab, talking about some the Coptics and people of Egypt wasn't ever tribal. You crazy as hell. Human beings are tribal. You ain't human if you ain't tribal. By you calling yourself an ethnic group, it's tribal, nigga. What you talking about? You know what you talking about. You just being racist. You think a tribe is just some people with a bone in their nose or something. An ethnic group is a tribe. How about that? In biology, you part of a tribe. You part of the hominini tribe. But you're not human. But you a fish. But you a slug, a snake.
I don't get caught up in racism.
Yeah, crazy. Talking about some not a tribe.
A lot of our
What you
Egyptian,
talking about?
a lot of our Egyptian Coptic brothers were persecuted by their neighboring brothers, the Egyptian Muslims. So
Mm-hmm.
there's been a lot of persecution to the Egyptian Copts. So
Yeah.
sometimes I understand, I do understand their pain because no group of people should be persecuted. And Egyptian
No, not at
Muslims,
all. It shouldn't be. I got friends. I got friends that's Coptic. Even that lady. Remember that lady we used to build with? She was Coptic.
yeah. So
The
so
lady that was raised. That was. I think she was born Egyptian, but raised in Australia or something.
a lot of Egyptian Copts live in Australia.
Look at
So
these.
I
Look at
don't.
these pictures right here, bro. Look like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah,
Instead of
those are
having
those are those are Sadies.
instead of
Sadies.
instead of the Niger Congo genetics, they got mostly Afro-Asians and Nilo.
Hmm.
They probably got they some of them probably got a little bit of the Kadofian shit in them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that was a minority. That's me personally. I think that's what Ramesses got some of his genetics from when they worked that out. If he do have that marker, they go back and forth on it.
I definitely agree. I mean, Egypt is Egypt. A lot of Egyptians don't want to be classified as African. Some Egyptians just say they're Egyptians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bunab, them states was formed by tribes. When we talk about chieftains, these sacral chieftain groups, they was tribal. They were tribal people. What you think them people was to fight? What you think normal and them was fighting for? They was fighting over tribal shit. Shoot. When you look at the Bel Jahaba grade, that was different tribes. You still there and go?
Yeah, I'm right here, bro. I ain't want the audience to hit me munching, man. I'm saying I'm gonna start reading and eating, and I'm enjoying the show. But you're absolutely correct, brother. I
Oh
was
yeah.
hoping somebody. I was hoping somebody can come over here so
Yeah,
we
what
can go
y'all
back
say?
and forth.
Yeah. I got
They
the link in
scared.
the chat. What's good with it? Pan African Games. I know you watching. You probably watching, but ain't commenting.
hmm
Oh yeah, he said I Sonic said go let Gozy know I'm on Discord. We tried to contact on X and all, but couldn't find each other.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on your Discord tomorrow, girl, after this show, and then my Twitter is Street Soupy 101. But he couldn't find me on there, so I'm gonna get on the
Yeah.
Discord
I talked
and
I
build
talked to
out
the
there.
brother BR yesterday too.
What do you say?
He was talking about the mentorship we doing.
Okay.
He was like he gonna make a site where it's a membership, you know what I'm saying, and where we can get paid for our information, bro. Kind of like
Hey.
we show exclusive, like we the research team, so we help out with exclusive video, help them out, put his shit and make his shit accurate as hell.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? And we get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Get paid for get credit for
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Homie be on business. I like BR. And another
it.
person I wish we can reach out to is their brother Jamal in Tanzania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He tight too.
Yeah, we gotta find this contact.
Afrocentricity critique.
Yeah.
He
Hey
good.
brother, Isonic, are you asking about it goes to Twitter? I'm not even on Twitter. I gotta set me a Twitter up.
Hey, I just changed it. The name is Street Soupy 101. But we just gonna get on Discourse, bro, and then we can all build.
Yeah, Discord raw, bro. Like you can really you can create your own little room based on just what you teach.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. I've been fooling with that AI stuff too, man. I finna like these dudes be pseudo with the AI. I finna really manipulate the AI.
Hey, look at those Egyptian kids though. Look at how they look, bro. They come in all different
Oh
variations.
yeah, bro. Look like bro, this is like Dominican Republic, bro. Except for East African version. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
This what people where you get different people with different demis and mixtures. This is what happens. You can still see all the components. This is what Christopher Everett, even that's what I was trying to explain to Garfield earlier. Christopher Everett, when he was breaking down that the test that Hawass did, he was going back off Hawass test. And the test that Hawass did, he got different results when he did it. Using the same components. And he said, don't even trust this one, because if I did it again, it probably get different results. He said, yeah, they had sub-Saharan African components. He said, but this doesn't dismiss the other affinities. The other affinities is the West Eurasian shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But people got to also understand too, and that's what I was trying to tell Smash when they was bringing that up. PCAs will get different results based off the sample size.
Yeah, I
And
finna matter of fact, I'm finna pull it up.
go ahead, get in there.
Yeah, I gotta pull up the after that I'll pull up the prehistoric Egypt for you.
Yeah, PCAs can give up different results based off sample size. It's like
Mhm.
it's like, and when you see sub-Saharan, sometimes they can be like noise. Because sub-Saharan, or like for example, if you use G25 or certain things, Neanderthal falls in line with archaic African, and chimp will be archaic human. And a lot of Neanderthal variants can be described as it'll say Khoisan or Baka pygmy and shit. And the reason why is
Yeah,
because it only says that because the older population, these population groups have older segments in DNA. So that's the best reference that they can use to represent archaic populations. Not saying that they're
yeah,
literally archaic. So people got to be very careful when it comes to PCAs, or when it says the distance between the Egyptians when they put up certain dynasties, it's Natufian like 55%. Well, you got to
yeah.
understand that the signature is close to population that was indigenous that developed a unique cluster. Because when you put the Natufian DNA in there, you start to see two-way cluster streak. Cabrians, who was indigenous to the Levant, that's close to Mahdi Arabs, or the Bedouin groups that's south of Yemen. And then you'll find that Mushabian, or you'll find North African, which shows you that even the Natufians was a blended population. So we have to understand how
Yeah,
to read these PCAs, yo.
yeah. Even when you read Christopher Everett book, Civilization of Africa, he mentions even before the Afrasians migrated, right, migrated up, to the north, northern area, or upper Egypt, into them, more Mediterranean areas from the Red Sea hills. He said either sometime between 15, sometime before 15,000 years ago, or 15,000 BCE. So that could be anywhere between 20,000, 17,000, anywhere between there. When the people migrated up there in the mix with these Iberian or these East Iranian populations. When we say East Iranian and Iberian for the audience, that's synonymous with each other. Some people call them Iberian Iranians. Some people call them Iberian. But the Eastern Iranian or the Eastern Iberian, would intermix with these incoming Amadic people, or these Eritrea. I'm gonna say these Eritrea Amadic people, because by then these particular Amadic component carriers would have already had mixed with these Arabian Basal Eurasians, these Southern Vidoid type of Eurasians, even before they got to North Africa, coming in from the Red Sea Hills, mixing in with these Iberian Marusians, who already was layered with a Tyrian culture that was up north, back migrations coming in from the Middle East that probably carried the ancient Maghribi component. You know what I'm saying? And also that Vidoid component that these Proto-Cushitic people would have carried would have been the Ethio-Somali component, and they would have carried that up north. You know what I'm saying? These people, they would have had an Ethio-Somali component with a Amadic component, and mixed with these Iberian Marusian with even more Eurasian components.
Correct. Correct.
Because even Christopher Everett in his book, he mentions them. He talk about the people who gather sedges. The people who gather sedges were, Iberian Marusians. He don't technically say Iberian Marusian, but based on the material culture, based on that, the sedge gathering, that was definitely them people. It's like a telltale
Well,
sign of the group.
if you go to Wiki, the Mushabins or the Mushabins or Mushabinians, they were nothing but Eastern Iberian Maroons. If you look at Wiki, it tell you that.
Yeah,
That's all they were.
yeah, they was Iberian Marusians who had an Ethio-Somali component from the people from the Red Sea Hills. Like they would have mixed in and became like became the Mushabin culture, and then moved on to the Levant, mixed with the Cambrians, who were cousin to Iberian Marusians, who were indigenous to North Africa. You know what I'm saying? And they would have mixed. They would have mixed up with each other.
Exactly.
So
People don't
2017.
people don't fully understand North Africa. They get caught
They
up
don't.
in skin and the idea of race. You can't look at North Africa like that.
Bro, the brother by year, I think we working on the project. I can't wait to jump on it, bro. We working on the project on North Africa. He said he gonna write out some stuff. He gonna show me what show me the blueprint of it, and we can fill in the gaps what he's missing. What he got, so we can make some content in the video based off of it. Let me show this where y'all see this Soy Kenyatta. I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna go down to another study with Soy Kenyatta where you talk about here we go. This is it. Modern Egyptians. He did the test. He kind of piggybacked off of Hawass, which explained it like how the test can be faulty. I think it's on a different article. It's on here somewhere, but I can't find it. I know it's on the Egyptian. When you look up Egyptian people article, it's definitely on there. And they found that some, if you look up the genetic history of North Africa, on that article, they even admit that some, no, not all, but some, sub-Saharan components were pre-dynastic or prehistoric, like
Of
during the
course,
Indus age.
because some of the layers And what they labeling is coming from the early Sahara,
Yeah,
west,
early Sahara, yeah.
that
They come
infused in
and,
there.
and them L3s would have been considered that coming in from the Horn of Africa area.
Yeah.
And even like they even found like certain subgroups of L3 and certain women. Like of course they found a majority of the Eurasian, especially with women, but they found certain subclass of L3 like L3H. You know what I'm saying? Certain Egyptian mummies. But into the 2021 article that Garfield was talking about, they only sequenced 10 mummies from various different regions. Of course, you're gonna find those components all throughout there because the people been mixing and stuff. But that doesn't exclude other components that they had as well. Them just these just mitochondria, markers, whatever.
I mean, that's not. It wouldn't be scientific. I mean, you can find to this day, and you can go online right now and go up on YouTube and look at modern Egyptians who are like light skinned, and they be like 5 and 8% North Sudanese or Nilo, or some people like to say that a lot of that came from through slavery. No, some portions of it came through slavery, not all of it. These people got a long run in those zones. So, I mean, it could be a small segment, but people not understanding how long a lot of those components been lingering around those areas. And sub-Saharan can get tricky because a lot of sub-Saharan or people south of the Sahara in East Africa, like the Oromos, the Habesha, they have a large layer of Eurasian DNA in them. That
Yeah, they
doesn't
do.
mean it's the that doesn't mean it's the population where we come from in Western Central Africa, who's also south of the Sahara, sub-Saharans. So I mean, it's like, and even that Eurasian thing gets very blurred because when you think of Eurasian, you think of white people, and it don't work like that.
Yeah,
Eurasians can be dark, Eurasians can be light. Every population outside of Africa is Eurasian, including the people in Papua New Guinea and Aborigine Australians. If you look up the non-African populations that's being used as Eurasian, it ain't just a major base of Eurasia between Russia and Mongolia or Russia and Siberia and that Eurasia major base zone. It's all
yeah.
non-African populations, including dark-skinned people outside of Africa. People are so racist when you hear Eurasia, you get scared and tremble. Oh, they're white. And even if they were fair skinned, it shouldn't even matter if you really have a real scientific mind. I think if you don't have a scientific mind, you're very disgusting. Seriously.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, for real. That's real shit. That's real shit. Because you got a scientific mind, you get it. You can't be manipulated by the dumb shit.
Even arguing about the identity of the modern Egyptians, and even with them when they get mad because they hear, and I get it. That's like us getting mad over a modern Egyptian who in Cairo talking about his ancestors built North America in the transatlantic slave trade. We gonna look at that nigga like he weird as fuck if he said some shit like that. Or if a Somali said, my ancestors was brought to North America and they went through this and that as slaves. That ain't even how Somali get out. I'm talking about ethnical Somalis, even regardless of the Kabyle. So it's like, don't include yourself in people's story is if your people did not have a direct connection to it. But here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing: modern Egyptians got to understand they don't study the ancient Egyptian customs, and it's the Western world they keep the ancient Egyptian civilization and relics important. So if an African American or an African of the UK want to embrace that portion of your history, you shouldn't take offense to it because you can't practice those customs anyway. Whether you're a Coptic Egyptian Christian, you're not worshiping with Cyril or Osiris anymore, or whether you definitely a Muslim. Because to Islam, all of the ancient Egyptians was kefirs. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so with that being said, you may be biologically connected to these people, but culturally, you're not demonstrating none of that. You don't deal with that anymore. So that's classical civilization that belongs to the world and that belongs to antiquity, and anybody can love it and embrace it. But I do respect them when they say people should not say that they're invaders and people should not say that they're them when they're not them. That includes white people who suffer from Egyptomania. Remember, the first Egyptomania people were white people because they created Egyptology because they got obsessed with the people. They got obsessed with the culture. It was beautiful. So they created Egyptology. And damn sure we're not kidnapped West African asses because we ain't know shit about it. But we was intrigued by it because we like, damn, this happened on a continent that we descend from. So that created the idea of us lying to ourselves saying that we are Egyptians because we got this great, powerful civilization that happened on a continent that we
Yeah.
share with them. And that all
Yeah.
comes from the Western mind. And the Western mind really pushes this black and white thing. Because to
That's
a
like
black
that's
person,
like that's like that's like that's like South Asians. At the same time, that'd be like South Asians claiming to be claiming to be Mongolians. And goes, I think he dropped out. Hold on, I'm gonna show the Egyptians. Let me show y'all something. Hope we come back. Phone probably died. Here we go, Egyptians. Go down. Hold on. Going to the genetics, y'all. Genetic and biological history. Let me show you why Soa was saying. During 2022, Soa analyzed short tandem loci published data from studies by Hawass. So what's going on, y'all? Is Soa he used the same data that Hawass used and used the same result. You know what I'm saying? And try to see if we get the same results. And they say which sought to determine familial relations and research pathological features such as potential infectious diseases among New Kingdom royal mummies, which include Tutankhamun and Ramesses II. Kieta using an algorithm that only has 3 choices. So he only had 3, he didn't even have enough samples to begin with. And it's based on Hawass's data. He had Eurasians, Sub-Saharan Africans, and East Asians, including that the majority of the samples, which include the genetic remains, that this does not mean that the royal mummies lack. No, I'm sure I gotta go back. It say which include the genetic remains of Tutankhamun, Ramesses III. Ramesses III had a population affinity with sub-Saharan Africans in one affinity analysis. However, Kieta cautioned that this does not mean that the royal mummies lack other affiliations, which he agreed that had been obscured in typological thinking. Kieta further added that different data and algorithms might give different results, which reflect the complexity of biological heritage and association interpretation. Oh, just a minute, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand what I was just saying. See, them boys are scared to show up. James didn't even show up. Had a discussion. You know we're gonna blow him out. See some more on the middle now. Let me see. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. Go back to the book. Go back to the Bible. Let's go back to the Bible. Let's go back to the African civilization of Africa. I gotta get a digital copy of them other Christian, every book too, so I can show that. A lot of people don't understand this either. This is the climate and the vegetation of Africa. Even if you get to these regions in the Horn, you know what I'm saying? These mountain, tropical mountains, which is sort of like a, even though it's in sub-Saharan Africa, it's an exceptional area in sub-Saharan Africa. It's still a lot cooler. You get a lot cooler in these, in these areas, certain regions. Unless you're not, you know what I'm saying, except like like these regions right here, these just like lowland regions, like the Danakil Depression or whatever. But the most of the people come from those highlands. So let me see. Look, let me go to the chapters real quick. Let me show y'all something. And I know I'm not gonna have to do Al Frazier podcast again. So we might have to keep coming back to that regardless anyway. Let's see, spread of agriculture Central Africa. What I talk about Egypt. In the middle Nile. You can understand. So you just say the culture spread from the south. It ain't just like some culture spread from the south. The kingships, the political kingship spread from the south, I ain't gonna say, I'm gonna say the southern middle Nile region, where this chieftain kingship became popular amongst not different Nilo-Saharan groups, and it overlapped into other groups, like other language families or ethno-linguistic families. This tribe, this sacral chieftain style of kingship would have leaked into Afrasian culture. First, probably the Cushitic, like the A group people, the ancestors of the A group people, and then this trend would have leaked into the Proto-Egyptian culture or the Nakada culture. These North Euretric people. Look for it. Hold on, go back. You ought to be in here somewhere. He said Bible's the Bible is anthropology book. Christopher Every book. That's what I call the Bible. Or my Bible. Let's see, Hispanic. Africa, Sahara, African world history. I went too far. Damn, I hate operating this damn thing. Science, civilization. I try not to. Let me see. Just for the one time, real quick. Okay. People get confused. Damn, where it go? Kingship, Sahara, Sudan, and Horn. New ways of lifestyle. North, I think it's this one. It's this one. After this one. After this section. Niger Congo people. Where we at with it? Where we at with it? Here we go. Middle Nile. Middle Nile really starts from Fahim all the way down to the split. You know, so you got the southern middle, but you got different people in there. You have to have one group of people throughout the Middle Nile. Let me see. There she go. Been in there. Land, states, towns, Egypt, Nubia, Egypt. Okay. And this is where people get confused and say, they try to say, oh, this is where the whole culture comes from. No, this is where the kingship comes from. The pharaonic style of kingship. This what they call sacral kingship, which is a Sudanic tradition, which comes from Nile Saharian or Northern Sudanic groups originally. And these other groups, they caught on and it became trendy. It became a trend style of kingship or pharaonic political style. Even for the Afrasian groups like the Cushitic groups, the Kastul incense burning would have been a result of this Nile Saharian fusion with these Cushitic or Afrasian cultures. And that would have leaked into the North Eritrea people, which would have been the ancestors of Egypt or Egyptians or the Kata group. Let's say historical roots of Nubian and Egyptian kingship. It say in Nubia and Egypt, the older Middle Nile Basin institution of Sudanic sacral kingship evolved by these processes into the earliest kingships. Southern Upper Egypt in the earlier 4th millennium BCE, as we learned in chapter 3, formed the northern outlayer of a wider region of cultural interaction, the heart of which lie in the south among Sudanic peoples of the northern Middle Nile Basin. By 2500 BCE, a cultural world of sacral chieftains and petty sacral kingdoms had come into being along the Nubian stretches of the Nile. So I'm talking about that trendy type kingship, this proto-pharaonic type style, which actually come from the Nile Saharian groups. And like later it got mixed in with these Afrasian groups. They attached it to their particular culture. And that's really when you got the pharaonic culture as we know it, know it. Like from that point, that's where that fascinating, that cultural entanglement from the sacral kingship to the Afro-Asiatic traditions of these two Afro-Asiatic traditions, first being the A group people, which is Shiitic groups, and also the Nakata groups would have been a North Eritrea speaking people or Proto-Egyptian speaking people, which would have been a branch of Proto-North, not Proto, but a branch of North Eritrea branch family of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Right here it say, okay, form the northern outlet of the wider region cultural interaction, the heart of which lie to the south among Sudanic peoples of the northern middle basin. I'm saying it again. The heart of which lay to the south among Sudanic peoples of the northern middle Nile basin. By 3500 BCE, a cultural cultural world of sacred kingships and petty sacred kingdoms had come into being among the Nubian stretches of the Nile, and the ideas that undergirded these social formations took hold also in southern Egypt. They caught on to the wave. They caught on to the style, that political, kingship style amongst these, Afro-Asian groups. They said, as previously noted, the steep cattle keepers who raised up megaliths raised to the west of the Nile around Nabta in the 5th millennium BCE became significant contributors to ritual and ideology in these states. See, this particular, Nilada group emerged, and they even took even more, style and, you know, uh, some of the religious style of particular Nilo-Saharan groups, from Nabta area, of these particular northern Sudanic people. That's probably what most of what it became from like the northern, these Sudanic people who lived in the northern Middle Nile. Like these would have been the most northern Nilo groups, like the Nabta people. And Nabta would have been not only in Egypt, it would have been in south, it would have been in southeast, no, southwest Egypt, and was it northwest? No, yeah, northwest Sudan. Yeah, they did wipe out the Nubian A group. They were tribal. That's what happened. They were tribal, Dr. Bonal. That's what they did. They were tribal. Okay. Uh, for a while, let's say for a while between 3500 and 3200 BCE, the most powerful polity by may have been the Kastul state, occupied in the northern Nubian stretches of the Nile, just south of Upper Egypt. The particular documents left by its kings lay claim to having conquered and ruled over Upper Egypt for a time. The Skahul kingdom had strong connections with both up and down the Nile. Imported items from as far north as the Sahara Palestine region turned up in the grave goods of the rulers. Now these people, these Skahul people, would have been the same as the A group people. Now it's been some information added on to this because he's using what's the brother name? I can't think his name. One of the authorities of a Nubian, but some of his information has been added on to. I'm saying, like the Skahul people, although I'm saying the ancestral, they would have been, sacred kingship, of course, coming from the Nile Saharan groups, but at the same time, they would have had some Nakata or North Eritrea, some influences, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They were trading with each other, cultural entanglement. My brother back in the building. What's good with it, bro? Hello?
Yeah, my phone died, bro. I had to hurry up and rush home. I just made it in my house. I'm listening to you though, Kane.
Yeah. I was just reading this, but this been added on to, like, Christopher. This book from 2016. The Skahoo, the Skahoo state was actually kind of like, they were like an exceptional version of the A group people. The A group people were like really nomadic or agro-pastoral people of these Cushitic populations.
Correct.
The Skahoo, by them being like the most northern of them groups in the middle Nile of this northern Middle Nile region, where the first cataract would have been, with his Mediterranean grassland steeps, and these tropical African steeps would have met it. this Kahoo people, according to Maria Gatto, who updated this work, because Christopher Airy, he's still going off of I can't think of the dude's name who came up with this, who found the Skahoo incense burn. He wrote the Oxford. He was one of the editors on the Oxford Handbook of Nubia. But
Yeah, they were trying to say the Kutsu, the Kutsu, the what's the name burner. Yeah, they were trying to say they started from the south, but I think you're talking about when they said now how it came from, it was a north and south
Abydos.
influence.
Yeah, from
Abydos.
Abydos. Yeah,
Yep,
Abydos.
yep, yep.
But I was trying to explain too. Yes, the pharaonic kingship as we know it, yeah, it started in Abydos,
Correct.
but that itself comes out of a long tradition of sacred kingship that was a popular trend, a political chieftain type of trend of rulership that was going on in the Middle Nile region that originally came from Nilo-Saharan population and who made it trendy.
I mean, absolutely.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I don't know.
Even amongst the Afro-Asian, even amongst the Cushitic groups, you know what I'm saying? They borrowed a lot from North Sudanic people. Uh, even some aspects of their religion. You know what I'm saying? What they think of divinity. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them too. They were dealing with the cows at the same time. The Cushitic groups in the Nile Saharan, North Nilo Saharan or Northeast Sudanic groups.
Absolutely. And also I wanted to say, but I don't know if you went there yet, but the Nubian A group and the Nakata people were basically the same groups of people. They descent from the same groups of people. The Nubian A group and the Nakata 1, 2, and 3, or the
Yeah, they
Nakata
would
one.
have been. They would have been because, like the Nakata group. The Nakata group would have been a North Euretric branch.
Hmm.
The A group people would have been South Euretric people, the Proto-Cushitic people.
Correct.
So they would have had no common like the North Euretric people. They all of them come from out the Red Sea Hill at one point in time, according to
Correct.
Christopher Gary work. And no, they would have intertwined their distinct Afro-Asian cultures with each other.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like shit, just like the Arab and the indigenous Egyptians. They both Afro-Asiatic people. they would they would have merged, you know what I'm saying, merge certain aspect and have cultural entanglement with each other.
Afro-Asiatic, even the latest Semitic that we know, Arabic branch Semitic earlier phase come from the Bedouin scripts, but even when you go all the way back to Ugaritic and Akkadian script, the Proto-Semitic around not established Semitic, which goes back only 4,000 years. Because that's
Yeah,
established Semitic. Established Semitic goes back 4,300 years with the Akkadians.
yeah, with the
But
Cadians.
proto
It came out the Fahim.
yeah, but yeah, I was just gonna say, but Proto-Semitic comes from the Harifians near the Fahim area, and that
Yeah,
starts
yeah,
around
yeah.
6,500 years ago. And Proto-Semitic, believe it or not, is more closer to within the Afro-Asiatic stratum or family. It's more closer to Hausa and Proto-Amazigh languages in
Yeah, yeah,
kinship.
them the Euretric branches, like the Christopher
Yeah.
Eric considered the North Euretric branches would be the most basal being Amazigh Chatio, you know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
after that would be, the Proto-Egyptian languages. And then the younger would be the Semitic language. But the
Yep.
pro- but the pre let me see how he broke it down. He broke it
And
down.
I know, and don't forget too, Gully, you got that book too about gun, steel, and germs. Even in
Oh
that
yeah,
book,
Jared, you talking about Jared Diamond.
and Jared Diamond also said Proto-Semitic, and that book started in from a Northeast African
Yeah,
population.
yeah. He said Jared Diamond said, Semitic, even though it's in the Middle East and you travel in the Middle East, it's still part of an African language family, which is Afro-Asiatic.
I mean, this is coming from non-black, so I mean, this has nothing to do with the color thing. So I want the audience to
No,
know, like, I want the audience to know when people think about Africa, we're not thinking in the mindset or only tropical adapted Africans. We're talking about populations in that northeast corridor and a population that was in the early Levant that's been going backwards and forth for a very long time.
yeah.
So we're not.
This how Eric break it down, bro. He got Proto-Eritrea. The Proto-Eritrea people would have been like, a sister group to the Proto-Amadic group, but these particular this particular sister group would have been a group who merged with basically Eurasians from South Arabia. These Vidoid South Asian looking people, would have
Damn,
merged with the Madi group.
you ain't gonna say hi or how you doing? What's up? And
What up? What up, Chief
I
X?
was good with it.
Jesus Christ.
What am? What am?
He treat me like a redheaded stepchild.
I ain't even see you on here. I can't see
No,
on the
Gullah
panel.
let me in. He treat me
Oh,
like a redheaded stepchild. Won't even say hello.
Was good with it. I was just I was in my zone. My bad. I was just going in.
Okay,
But
so I just came on just to let your guests know something, and both of you guys some. Oh, by the way, Ngozi, I appreciate what you said today.
oh
Uh,
yeah, man. Yeah,
uh,
truth is
it
truth.
yeah,
Hmm.
it moved me, and I appreciate that what you said today.
For sure, bro. Truth is truth,
And
man. I mean, we got to stand on it.
right, so I didn't come on to be on the panel or nothing. I just wanted to make a statement and let you guys know. I just came on for 2 minutes, no longer, and let you guys know that I scheduled a live stream for Sunday at 2:30 my time. So you should get a notification if you subscribe and you hit notification bell and get all notifications, you'll get a notification. So I made, and the title is, and I want people to come with proof. I'm challenging, and I made a challenge to Gullah right here, Ankh, Sarnetter, and Garfield. I have $300 on the line. You guys know how I always say, if I want to prove something, put some money on it.
I don't even agree with it. I don't even agree with Garfield all the way on certain shit.
No, 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 no. You gotta hear what I'm saying. You don't even know what I'm talking about yet. I'm trying to tell you, I made a live stream. So I got a $300 offer on the table. If anybody can prove me wrong on 13 different points that I put in description, you can go to my YouTube channel and click on my name and see I set up a live stream for Sunday. And you can read the description. Gullah, you can prepare your evidence and come with some receipts. This is just going to be a friendly discussion, right? And I said Chief X, the title of it is Chief X it was the first. Challenged to Gullah, Sarnetter, Ankh, and Garfield. And I put the 13 points I was first to speak on. And I have a whole video where I'm showing proof for an hour, receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt.
But that's the thing with
Let
me.
me
It's the
let me
thing
say
with
one
me.
more thing.
It's
Let me
the
say
thing
one
with
more thing.
me.
I'm gonna
Chief
say one
X.
more thing, Gullah.
I'm not part of
Let
no
me
conscious
no
community.
no
Like,
I understand.
I never
Okay,
gave a
excuse
damn
me.
about it. Like I've
You're
been
not.
saying this shit
I
like
get you, Gullah, but let
in
me
the
just
back
finish my
channel,
point, Gullah.
assassinating
Please,
niggas
please, Gullah,
with this
please. I'm
shit for
asking you out of
years, bro.
respect. Just let me finish my point. I got one more minute. I'm done. You can just finish right. You can just go in. Listen, I'm not saying you're part of the conscious community. That's not even my point here. If you're not part of the conscious community, good. I'm not even claiming you are. Okay. I'm just saying I put the 13 points there. Anyone can prepare, get their evidence, and show their receipt if they disagree. I want to see the receipts. I said I was the first to do these 13 things, and I got $300. If I'm wrong, you get $300. If you can prove me wrong, you get $300. It's simple. Just show any receipts. I'm going to upload and show 40 receipts. I'm asking anybody to just show one. So I just wanted to put that out there. It's going to be friendly, no hard feelings. But I'm going to end this discussion, and we're gonna know the reality from here on out. If I can put 40 receipts up, somebody should be able to at least put one up. I'm going to show and prove every point I'm talking about. So you guys can read the description. Peace to y'all. Okay, did you want to say something before I go?
No, I'm good. I've been saying this shit in
Oh,
the
okay.
like on Facebook, in the chat, in the
Been saying
comments.
what?
You said what now?
Been saying what?
That the modern Egyptian is the Egyptians. I've been
Okay,
saying.
cool.
I've been connecting the
The,
Hornets
the, the who the
with the
modern Egyptian are
Mediterranean
who?
people. You said what?
You've been saying what?
Modern Egyptians or the ancient Egyptians.
Since when?
Since I've been studying about
Just give me an
Afro-Asiatic
approximate
groups.
date around.
I've been saying this at least about since 2000, 2013. I've been
Okay,
saying
cool,
that's
cool.
what me and Uncle fell
Okay,
out
cool.
about
Okay,
in the
so
first place. Well,
got you.
saw them. That all came with the language
Got you.
argument. All that shit
I'm
came
not
with
gonna
the
dispute.
language
So
argument.
just bring your proof. Just show the receipts. That's all you gotta do. You're
Yeah,
making this claim.
I got
So
receipts.
I'm
Man,
gonna
you was
show
texting,
receipts.
you was agreeing with Wu Jai and I saw them and shit. Like,
That's a whole different subject though. I'm not talking about that.
but during that same time, that was my stance. Period.
Okay, just show your receipts. That's all I'm saying. If that was your stance, show the video where you were saying that. Show the video.
I didn't do
Okay,
video.
okay. Show the Facebook page where you alluded to it. Show anything or anywhere where you alluded to it prior to me. That's all I'm saying. It's not even complicated what I'm saying. If you're making that claim, all you gotta do is show and prove. I got receipts all the way on Facebook from 2014, and I'm gonna show them all. I've showed them all before. Everything I say, I'm gonna prove with a receipt. I'm gonna give you 40 receipts. Just bring one receipt. That's all. Cool.
All right.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Yo, you still there, Gullah? Gullah. Hello? You shut the show down?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro.
You put up the article?
Oh yeah. I don't even know what he on, bro. I ain't even on all that weird ass shit.
Hey, but you know what though, bro?
That's for conscious community entertainment. I ain't part of that circus ass shit.
I think it'd be interesting though, and it's all about academia in an educational manner. I think it'd be interesting for the audience to go back and forth to present. You know what I'm saying? Like, Uncle was saying what he was saying.
But he keeps saying who said it first. But that's for the conscious community. I'm not part of that shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I ain't never been on no damn Sinetta panel. And I never will. I don't want to be on the part of them goofy.
No, but I think what Brother Chief X is saying though, if we listen, he's saying to publicly, like, here's the thing, we was going back and forth. Yes, we did have a long run teaching the populations, but like I admitted publicly, for me on my part, I still was pacifying Afrocentricity. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that the reason why sometimes people get you caught up in it, Gullah, is because you was running with the team, even though you wasn't.
Yeah, like I was disagreeing with certain members in Team Osiris.
Absolutely.
I had my own stance on the shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, Gullah. The audience don't really know the background of all that. Like, they don't know. So the thing is, even though we all knew, like, we debunked Dr. Anti-Jope and different things, that we did do that. We also argued for Afro-Asiatic. But for me, being on the front line, I still was undertonely pacifying, and I was soft with teaching it in the sense of still pacifying Black groups who was, like, for example, when people used to say things like, and this one, even when you wasn't around, like when we was in New York, and you would find people that were saying ancient Egyptian and this and that, and they'll say we. If you don't, and silence is a form of disrespect, or silence is a form of still being wrong. If you, like, for me, I wasn't correcting a lot of people directly when they say we, and still allow it to be mumbled together with the idea of Black. So even though I was definitely aware that the genetics was around, but people were still saying it loosely. So I was still pacifying Afrocentricity. So so even though I never was like a straight black, I mean, entertaining it, but in reality, no. But here's the thing: birds of a feather flock together. If we around it, you get hit with the rock with. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get targeted with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm saying it as a man, but when it comes to, like I was saying, Gullah, and we got it. I'm just saying on my behalf. When it comes to saying it publicly, like Uncle's, he was getting agitated and mad, but it's the truth. To say, and yes, you were aware of the genetics. Yes, you were aware of the anthropology. That's what made me gravitate to you, because you understand anthropology. That's why I'm like, yo, this dude is deep. When I first met you, and I asked you to join Team Osiris because of your research skills, and I think at that time you was in school for anthropology. But when it comes to blatantly saying directly out loud in public, the Egyptians was not Black, and blatantly saying Mediterranean, Chief X did that first. And I give everybody credit. I'm saying publicly. Now people don't know the ropes. When I first met Gullah, and I'm saying this publicly,
Yeah,
but
because I was
brother
remember,
Garfield,
I was like, fuck all that shit. We West African, bro. That's why I
yeah,
was
no,
pushing
not
Gullah
not
shit.
just that. One of your
That's why
terms
my
that you
name
use,
Gullah anyway. I was pushing that West
yeah,
African shit, that West
absolutely.
Atlantic
We
shit.
we we all press West Africa because my name was in gold. That's an Igbo name. But here's the thing, not just that, but people don't know when I first met Gullah, Gullah didn't even like to call himself black. You know what I'm saying? Because he used to say Western Sudanic, or he'll say he
Niger
embraced his
Congo. Yeah.
Niger Congo was Mandinka root. So Gullah did have a strong run in that field because he was a Rastafarian when I first met him. This was what, like 9 or 10 years
I
ago.
I was like at the end of being Rasta. I was like debunking Rastafarianism. I knew a lot of shit about Ethiopia, so I was debunking
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. And that's what I liked about you. You definitely knew about
But
Ethiopia.
I used to deal with the culture, say through high school and shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes. And I think you yeah, you definitely was deep into that. And that's what I gravitated to you because you know about Rastafarianism, you knew about the Eritrean, Ethiopian, Habesha kingdoms, and you was going in on King Azana. But what I'm saying is that in the sense of publicly, I think brother Chief X been in public conscious community since probably before I was born. I was born in '86. This brother been around since he was in a community of like 91, 92, or probably before I was born. So down the line, when he started doing research and he publicly said in the conscious community, he said the niggas were black, and he said Mediterranean, and people didn't like that. He said it, and then he started, doing his research and looking into a lot of the evidence that
yeah.
stuff that me and you study. He
Yeah,
started putting on the table on the front
but
line.
me, like I go by default anyway because I say fuck all that black shit, all that race
Yeah,
shit. I don't give a fuck about no race.
but
I go by the Pacific people and who they are. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And his argument, like my argument is way beyond his shit. He on some playing with blocks type shit. I'm on some real anthropology, nigga.
but but you know what, Gullah? I think it'd be real interesting for the audience in the educational
I've been
sense.
on some real anthropology. I was in real
Yeah,
school. Like I never was
yeah,
on no fucking unks. I fucking hate unks. You can't fucking put no unk on me at all. Back then,
but
you know
but
what I'm saying?
here's the thing though. I mean, here's the thing though, Gullah. Far as and you don't have to include yourself in it, but far as him bringing up the other audience name, I mean, Unc and Garfield, like Garfield, he bring them up. They should be able to present their argument. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We can't like it's truth seekers. We can't discredit people, bro, because people don't like people personalities, bro. You get what I'm saying? That like that's not it. Truth is truth, and if we standing on it, it should be no shaky grounds for anybody to feel nervous or insecure. You feel me? Just like you just stood up and said what you said, and shit, I bear witness to that. You had your own lane, and you wasn't in the conscious community that long. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to publicly saying things based off certain things, we have to give credit to what credit's due, and on my angle. So I think that people should go over there and they should stand their ground. If you don't have to include yourself if you don't. That's
yeah. Cause I
that's
don't give a damn. I don't
that's
give a
dope.
damn about no chilling circuit glory. I don't care about no chilling circuit glory. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my that ain't my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it real, bro. If people get a chance to know, what I'm saying, Chief X, he a good dude. You know what I'm saying? People just, and I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, like, people got to get a chance to know him in a sense of understanding what his mission and his angle is. It ain't what people think. You get what I'm saying? And it's good for everybody because this is educational for the people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's good for everybody. So. But we good. I mean, hopefully, shit, Garfield and all them can come on and do their thing.
yeah. I think I got that. Hold on. 'Cause when remember we did that video with Chief X. We were showing the different ranges of Egyptians. I was showing all type of motherfucking people.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I said I don't think you have to include yourself, bro.
Yeah,
You don't have to. I don't know. Like, far as what I mean is, I don't know. You don't have to include yourself unless you want to include yourself in it when you showed it. But I think that you and him should have a personal bill or a private bill so we can know what's going on. I hear what he's saying though. When it comes to Garfield and everybody denying him,
yeah. I don't
that
give a damn because his shit faulty anyway. Because he came with the weaker argument of that Levantine shit.
yeah, like Garfield, Garfield, like that's what I'm saying. Garfield, he got to be able to prove what they proving, bro.
Yeah,
And the man did come out and say it blatantly. He said it like straight to the point. I remember having a conversation with him in the background, like, "Hey, bro, like, nah, I don't want to say it like that." He said, "Fuck that, I'm taking it." You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I did for me. I'm admitting I did pacify the black audience in the sense of, I sat around people allowing them to say, instead of correcting the errors. But I'm not saying you can't practice ancient Egyptian culture, because I love ancient Egyptian culture. It's beautiful. It's complex. It should never be denied. But I think that people should, uh, we shouldn't take advantage of it by calling the indigenous people, that regardless of what their culture is today, invaders, because we doing bad to another group of African people. They already got their own struggle going on over there, and it's really harsh. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things is going on that portion of Africa. And to deny them and belittle them and say that they're invaders and all that weird shit, I think that's bogus. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Team on side. We did some shit. I'm trying to show that video we had. We showed all type of shit.
I thought you was gonna show the prehistoric Egypt piece, bro. I thought we was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
keep
yeah. I'm
doing
gonna pull
it.
it up now. I got it right here. Prehistoric Egypt. Here we go. Which section you trying to get into?
Upper Paleolithic. You got to put it up whenever your screen get up. Because it's gonna go from Nazlak Carter all the way down to like 12,000 years. I think a little bit after the Siberian culture, because the Siberian culture gave rise to the Hellfang culture. But in the article, you'll start to the citations is there that leads to the actual article. So it clearly says, it talks about how the people, them Cambrian people, it was something that was a climatic issue over there, and how some of them was finding refugee back in the Nile. So I'm just
Yeah.
trying to, I'm only bringing it up how these people have been going backwards and forth for a very long time in that consistent region between Egypt and the Levant, North Sudan. That right there has its own story that's even distinct from the populations in Libya or Northwest. I'm talking about the uniqueness. And then the Upper Paleolithic Levant was very different from the Chalcolithic or the Chalcolithic phase, which is the Carper phase or the Bronze
Yeah.
Age phase. Where you really start studying it, and then you can start seeing them Anatolian farmers. Some of their ancestors start to spread and mix with the Natufians, and they created something called Levantine farmers. And then
Yeah.
some of those Levantine farmers was still finding their way back into, these people were looking for fertile ground where they can deal with their resources or their method of skill of farming. So you have drought and famine, you're gonna go wherever you feel is beneficial to survive. So they wasn't thinking in the African context the way we do. They was going from one region to the next and they're settled. And sometimes through time, 3,000 years ago past, for they don't even remember the distant ancestors they had in Levant or different things. So when people ask the question and say shit like, well, the Egyptians never talked about the Levant. Some of their ancestors was in Egypt 6,000 years, before leaving the Levant or leaving Anatolia. That's all they knew. And you can see that even happen amongst some of us that's only been in America for 300 to 500 years. You got some of us saying we ain't African. We ain't never been to Africa. They don't know nothing about Africa. Or that's like talking to a Puerto Rican and asking him about Spain because he's 60% from Spanish, and only 12% Taino Indian or Arawak. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know Puerto Ricans who are like 20 to 15% Arawak Indian, and they promote that portion of their DNA than they do Spain. They don't give a fuck about Spain. The average Puerto Rican walking around. So it's like,
Oh hell no.
so when you deal with a person in Egypt and they say, well, the Egyptians never talked about it, because I know Reggie will say that. They never talked about, they didn't care about those portions. And then you got different populations that kept going into the Levant. Populations that developed later derived mutation traits. So you can't compare a Upper Paleolithic Levantine or Natufian like person to the Bronze Age people in the Levant, or the carpet population or the carpet culture that came from the Lesser Caucasus near Iran and Armenia who drifted down there. You can't compare those people to the earlier population. And if we go further back in time to the Cambrians, you can't compare them to the Emirate culture because the Emirate culture just split off Emiranian Emiran culture just split off from the Assyrians who was responsible for the out of Africa migration. This is when you start to see CTM168, that marker, drift off into the Levant, because they found out the direction the humans split from near the Red Sea, and they split from that area. They go into the middle phase, the middle passage of the Levant. Some go further south into the Arabian Peninsula. A few of them go further north. So they form into the Emirate culture, and the Emirate culture gave rise to the later on populations, the Levantine Argagetians. The Levantine Argagetians turn around and give rise to the Cambrians. This Cambrian people is what they labeling as hypothetical population culture called basal Eurasian. Because when you look at the genetics, if we follow it from mtDNA-N, which is the predecessor of ancient ancestral North Africans, it's that maternal marker that leaves out who's the daughter of East African L3 without 3515 mutation. It's that leaves out that give rise to populations. And some of these people become isolated. They don't get touched with populations further northern in Israel. They don't go with the crown Eurasian population that kept going north, going all the way through the Levant, ending up in Iran, going through um, the major Caucasus areas, going all the way through Russia, and later developing their own traits before spreading in Europe only 40,000 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? Because Homo sapiens only make it to Europe 40,000 years ago. A lot of the humans was going through a lot of different zones and traces and adaptations in the Middle East and further eastern portions of Eurasia before they even reach Europe only 40,000 years ago. So if we follow it, the population that stayed south of the Levant near the Raven, they didn't get touched with Neanderthal, this basal Eurasian population. You start to find mtDNA-N give rise to other clades like X, W, and I. What they're labeling is hypothetical population basal Eurasian. Some of those people start to find their way back. mtDNA-R, who goes through Arabia Peninsula, she goes north, cross through Iran, then she
Hold on,
crosses
bro.
through.
Hold on real quick, bro. Hold on. Do you see my screen? My screen ain't shared right now.
No, it ain't. I just see you.
I'm finna watch this, bro. I'm finna nip some shit in the bud. I don't gotta do no shit Sunday. I got fucking my receipts right now.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Um, this nigga silly. Hold on, you fucking with, bro? I've been in the back scenes assassinating shit for years, nigga. When he just started the realization of this shit. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, you can see the screen, bro.
Yeah, I see it. I'm looking at it. Go ahead.
Um, there you go. Right there. Here we go. Wow. He had me fucked up back then. Look, he had unblocked me at one point in time because when he was fucking with Uncle him and shit. I was riding on that Mediterranean shit. Because I knew what Mediterraneans are. I knew the mixture. He didn't know. He just thought Mediterranean people were Mediterranean. Uh, I mean, see, you see me, you see these shit, me breaking this shit down to this nigga.
Yeah, I see it.
You see how long I've been fucking with that phenotype website.
Yeah.
Even on the video I did with him, when me and Timo Sai tried to smash it, I was trying to bring my perspective when him and Hero got into it. I even showed them pale Egyptoids. And I said them people still got the Cushitic or the Amadic type component within them mixed in. And they mixed in with Eurasians and shit. Just look,
Wow.
man. So you must have seen Wujah video and someone talked about it in relation to me and what I've been saying. That's when he first started doing this shit. But remember, I've been saying this shit. That's why I came on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been this been my stand. That's why me and Uncle and all them fell out. I've been saying this shit. Now I know, like even you and Goes, like I was more aggressive with the shit always, but you all, you was it was a lot of politics with the Amara Squad shit, so you couldn't come out
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, it was a lot of politics.
Remember,
That's why I was.
remember
Yeah,
me and the guy like, man, just tell them niggas, fuck them. I remember I kept saying this, I was young. I kept
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
just tell
yeah,
them. I wasn't in the fucking the cameras and shit, nigga. I was a real street nigga.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying publicly, even though I've been knowing this, I was passive. Like I used to say, I said, Gullah, you can't pull the trigger yet. It's politics. You know
Yeah,
the way
look,
but when we fell out with what's his name, Asar and all that, I said, fuck this shit. And then I
look,
kind of like I never really wanted to,
look. Even right here, I wanted to. Look, I said, I wanted to build with you on the Egyptian subject. I rock with West Sudan. He said, I seen your son, Netta. He said, okay, cool. You don't comment ever on my YouTube. Yeah, because I ain't no goofy ass conscious community ass nigga. I ain't on that lame ass shit. Mm. Mm. You say the Egyptians hated black folk videos was fire. And he say, and I said, not really. I said, not really. I've been MIA for a minute. Remember, I've been MIA. I was MIA from Team Osiris even for a minute.
and you left for about
On my own thing.
I
I've
think
been
you
doing my own thing.
no, you wasn't even on the computer. You was gone for 2 years one time.
Yeah.
I used to talk to you off and on the
Yeah, I'll
phone.
talk to you. I'll talk to you. We'll build. I just
Yeah,
be studying. I'll assassinate some niggas in the comments type shit on Facebook.
yeah. You left 2 years one time.
Yeah, or I jump on panels every now and then and some shit. But I was, had shit going on. I said Egyptians had a tropical type, but it still wasn't and isn't us. Those Horners or Cushitic type or tropical mostly, but from the highlands. And I said, Egypt, I mean. And I said, and you had the Nilo-Saharan type blended in, but more common, more south you go. And I said, not saying Eurasians wasn't mixed in either. I showed that, I always show that. Even the other video, I showed the paler ones too in the video we did with. And I said a lot of dudes that look like this with Y haplogroup E3B intermixed with a lot of Eurasian women. He said, melted pot, I got it. Egyptians wasn't what we consider black folk. I said, no, not at all. West Sudanians, if so, they was minority coming from the Kadofian groups, who the only Niger Congo or Niger Kadofian groups in the Nile Valley and in the Nuba Hills. And I said, other than the Fulani who migrated there more recently. I showed all that Roger Blend shit. I said this points to the existence of a corridor joining Nuba Hills to West Africa, among which various, this me showing the Blanche work where it showed that the Gaddafi people were there or whatever. Certain parts of West Sudan. I said this from the article. I said this from Noni and college girls going in on West African shit.
So
Yeah.
I think hopefully like in the background everybody can have a conversation. But I think that again, you wasn't in the public eye like that, Gullah. So this is why
Yeah.
people can tangle you up. And you were again, that's why I favored you and said it's my man's when I first met you, because you understood this. but you never was a person that was in a spotlight like that in the conscious community.
Nah,
And
I always
what
thought
people,
that shit was goofy.
yeah, but the thing is, Chief X been in the conscious community, and to say it publicly, because I'm saying, not saying what you're doing, like what you're doing, you're showing improving. Everybody got that. Again, even with me and you used to talk about it. Hey, bro, this ain't that. I remember you used to say, man, we should just say it. I say, no, we gotta let it slide. There has been a lot of gatekeepers in that community where you got to say things a certain way, and you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but even in
It,
here, he was wrong. He was wrong. While I heard talking about some, he was trying to say the Hornets had no connection to the motherfucker. That's on some fucking agenda shit. I said that's wrong, bro. So you don't understand the sign. I said the B Smiley Horn African type is still there. Those E3B markers and M1 markers that's their base group. I said look up people in Luxor in the A Afroasiatic Cushitic region.
definitely, definitely,
Egyptian origin, all this shit.
definitely.
I said I'm MOB, Mali over Babylon.
West Africa.
I told him he being unscientific. I told him he being unscientific with his turn. That's why I don't agree with him. I fuck with the scientific shit. I don't fuck with the
So
local.
that's what I'm saying, Gullah. But look though, Gullah, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to in that community, right? Would you agree that
Yeah,
he
in
was
that
on?
community. Yeah, in that look.
Yeah,
Yeah, in that little community.
like he wasn't wiggling the fence or none of that. I'm talking about publicly to say them niggas wasn't that. He did it, bro. Like he said it, like you weren't part of. People don't know the work that you put in the background. A lot of information that even that Garfield used came from you. You remember them old Team Osiris chats, back chats?
Mm-hmm.
Is Garfield gonna give you credit for that?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. But how many pages you gave for theology breaking down? Remember what was that channel you gave breaking down the remember the prehistoric gods? No, what was that? What was that? You told me to get the book, bro. The dude that created
Are
the
you
dude that
talking
break down
about,
all the
Joseph Campbell?
mythology. Joseph
Joseph,
Campbell. You
yeah.
start talking about Joseph Campbell. You start breaking down. I remember you gave him a site. That site broke down all of the biblical stuff.
You talking about Kenneth Humphrey.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is people don't know the background work that's been going on. So people, again, they gonna zigzag you in because you've been affiliated with us, and they don't really know what was going on in the background. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to public saying it, everybody got their credit. Chief X did that. He said it first. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm talking about in the community, not in academia. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in the community. People that's part of the community. One, none of us really saying it like that. Even if we knew the truth, we wasn't saying it because we wanted everybody to be comfortable on my behalf. I wanted everybody to be comfortable. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hold on.
But then when I start seeing how we are constantly taking, I'm talking about people that represent us as West Africans. We're constantly taking people's personality and disregarding our direct ancestors. That becomes problematic because we're being negligent to who we are and trying to embrace other people, including taking Native Americans, taking the Moorish history in North Africa, the Egyptians, the Hebrews. Some of us even say the fucking ancient Chinese was us. They say weird shit.
Mhm.
We become the laughing stock of the world in the underground conscious community because the conscious community can only be underground because a lot of this stuff they don't talk about this in mainstream academia, especially when it comes to an economy like America. But I'm talking about for those who are quote unquote woke, they have misinformation when it comes to their awakening and they start to do crazy shit. It's been a lot of perverted underground freaky stuff that came out of the comedic super black melanated shit and Moorish shit. People got locked up in jail trying to play the sovereign role with the fake Moorish shit. You know, it got black young boys screaming in the streets, calling women bitches, reading the Hebrew text, talking about some of their original Hebrews and weird shit. It creates some form of schizophrenia, not just schizophrenia, but some form of insanity. It creates insanity in some of these people, and we look crazy. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
You talking about the shoe shit. He said, He talking about Hero. He beefing with Hero. Chat. That's what I was telling him. I said we bang on each other even in the private chat, even amongst some of the Team Osiris members. I didn't agree with something. I mean, I got into it once.
It ones be still hovering around talking shit, man. I be looking at them in certain chats. Come on, Onyx, you go on a lot of Garfield shows talking shit. One's the god.
See, I was
Is
trying
anybody?
to tell him.
Is
I
anybody?
told him, I said we should have a discussion on the actual meaning and etymology on more, which is not black or dark skin. Because we said, yeah, you and me on live stream. That's why I was calling, shouting out to him. Like, I already been on this shit. That's why I was hollering at.
Correct.
That's why I was fucking with you, Chief Ed, because I was already on this shit. That's why I reached out to your ass in the first place. This was my personal stance, nigga. I said, actually, a few days ago, I told Wuja to do a breakdown on Blackamore. I said, Wuja, look, he was fucking with Wuja then. I said, Wuja's pseudo, in my opinion. He's still a little Nawabi.
Yeah.
I said, but Mori means west, and westerners from the Phoenician term. Also, look up the word west in most Afro-Asiatic languages. Even when I fuck with, like, when I was studying Afro-Asiatic language shit, I knew about the Mediterranean, all that shit. I said they all have the same cognation. Greeks adopted it from the Phoenicians. Shit. I said, he said, thank you. Look, he said, if you think Waju is pseudo, then every cat I know is also. He's a brilliant and a mature-minded man. It's a the assumption that it means black means it comes from the mistranslation of Isidore Ville book. I said if you follow Obangan Mboli method, linguistics is pseudo. I said Niger Negro Egyptian is pseudo linguistics family. I said I'm not into it. Like he said, I'm not into linguistics at all. You gotta run that by me somewhere else. So I was trying to help his ass out. His ass getting angry and shit. Uh, I told him modern linguistic analysis placed the origin of Afro-Asiatic origin in Northeast Africa in the plausible puts the origin of the Egyptian language in the Nile Valley between the apex delta and the first cataract of the Nile. I was going like in my heart, I was on this shit. You know what I'm saying then, but he did. I ain't gonna lie, publicly. You know what I'm saying for the conscious shit.
Yeah, publicly he said that shit. Like he
Yeah,
did it, and it's like, I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's no point in getting frustrated over it. I mean, I was me personally again because I was pacifying it. You can't talk right and walk left. You feel me? So,
yeah,
I'm talking right, but I know in the data, hey man, this is what the fuck the data. I'm in the background. We was reading these articles. We was going back. I fought Armin Rosquad for Afro-Asiatic. When everybody else turned their back on me. You know what I'm saying? They turned their back on me. They disregarded me for a very long time. You gotta remember, Ngozi had a phase when I was shit. Me and Uncle wasn't talking for almost 3 years.
yeah,
With that Osar shit, bro. And it's like when we started fighting for Afro-Asiatic, and I was bringing up Shamaka Keita, then down the line, Asar tried to find a way to talk to Shamaka Keita, but then when he talked to him, he didn't even ask him real questions. He went around all that because they would have disagreed. Little weird shit. So there's been a lot of stuff and changes that went on, man, in his history. You feel me? So I learned about the community when I seen a lot of that stuff happen. And I came back around. Now, for me now, I don't take none of it personal. I think it's entertainment, but I know one thing: I'm gonna stand on truth and teach what's real. What's true is true. But I was a pacifier to Afrocentricity, even though I'm not Afrocentric because I'm not a racist. I could be a bigot, but I'd be a bigot even against my own. I talk shit about niggas too. You should see what I say about these motherfuckers sometimes when they get on my nerves. But again, I'm not a racist. I don't believe in racism. I don't believe that we are separate species. I don't believe the white people, are monsters. I don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in New York and I was trying to break down, and I tweaked a lot of the information and exaggeration, but a lot of that was just based off mutations. You know what I'm saying? So people can feel however they want to feel, but I'm not a racist.
Hold on, that's the wrong thing. Hold on, my damn.
I don't believe in racism.
No, me
I
either.
don't believe that.
You don't believe in racialization, none of that shit. Shit, wild. You know what I'm saying? My damn
But I
video.
also understand. I also understand variations. I also understand that 0.1%. I also understand the chemicals. There's 3 billion chemicals, which is equivalent to damn near 3 million in variations. You feel me? So I know these numbers that's used to explain the variations of why people look the way they look. So don't look at like the 0.1%. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a difference there, you got to understand the variance.
Seaward. Go to the Seaward, dude. Seaward? Yeah. Remember this video, bro?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, play it. We did that years ago. We did it like 45 years ago. Or 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Hold on. We went to this shit. This shit right here. No, Seaward. Go to the Seaward, dude. Seaward? Yeah. Egypt. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm not sharing. You know, Chief X on this show. Right now, the Christian Coptic. And I was putting it all perspective for him, like he was just saying it's one way. You know what I'm saying? Like these North Africans had no connection with East Africa, other East Africans at all. Let me just
Them niggas is a combination of Paleo Sahara from the Green Sahara, Mesolithic tropical West African hunter gatherer, and ghost population. So let's read.
You talking about the West Africans?
I'm talking about West Africans. Yeah, West Africans. Definitely not Egypt.
No. That's what we got into. There we go. Right here. Ashamed of those. So that's where their hatred comes from. So I was trying to show them that all these motherfuckers got Eurasian markers and shit. You're gonna be practicing a form of self-hate. You can't be proud. I think he had left. Even if him and Hero had got out. That was right there, doing the shit. It was our components, you know what I'm saying? That went into making. I wasn't even trying to make that little argument. I mean, proud of that. Hero didn't even get into it like that. So you shouldn't be on a campaign. Now I can see if you point out instances where people are culture jacking, but you can't throw it. Oh boy, X still thinks we agree with him. Yeah, he has a whole nother. This when he first came on the scene with the shit, bro. Actual sub-Saharan components that contribute. Look, this the first time. This the first time he came on the scene with it. But remember, my even though I agree with him somewhat, my shit was more complex. Coming with some phenotypes that is not. These people roots come from them same people. Right. I'm saying we coming with the DNA. We coming with you could mistake somebody from that area for somebody like one of us. You know what I'm saying, by the naked eye or whatever. So now that solves that. But then now the argument comes. And it ranges. Like go to the map. And it ranges. We got to give the genetics credit for having range. And then the other thing is, he's going to move from that argument now to, well, you got people that are culture jacking and they saying that it's, Goes, you there?
Yeah. When people call my phone, it knock me off, bro. I hate that, but I'm listening to you, bro.
Yeah, this when Chief S first came on the scene with the shit. You know what I'm saying? For us, like on the videos and shit. And I came like, when he was like, oh, Timo Cyrus agreed with me and this and that. But I agree with it, but not all the way. Because I have my own complex way of saying it. You know what I'm saying? I want all the pieces. I don't want just one way. You know what I'm saying? I was saying that's what I showed these Mediterranean Egyptians. A West African that did these things, and it's like nobody is saying that. You know what I'm saying? So for having range, sharing, am I? I was talking about they had range and shit.
Yeah, I want the audience to know that that is not me speaking. Because who is
Not,
that
not
talking?
that's Trig. That's Trig.
That's Trig. Oh, that's Trig. Yeah, that's Trig speaking. Okay. Yeah.
The purpose. So really, what we expose here, actual sub-Saharan components that contribute. Coming with some.
I've been had these articles. I've been using this. I've been using this website even before I knew.
We've been using phenotype.com for a long time. That's what I'm saying. Like me and used to have underground conversations about this, brother. This is not.
Look what it say. Egyptoid, Mediterranean. I've been on this shit.
Yeah, we've been having conversations about
I
this,
had this in the
especially in the
chamber.
background.
Cause this one Chief X first went public with. I know he probably said he was on Facebook and all that shit, but I wasn't really paying attention to that type of shit. But you know, I have my own little lane, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook, my own little groups and shit. I've been saying this shit. You know what I'm saying? From and me, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, conscious me, I wasn't never part of that shit. I'm just saying this always been my stance. Even even when I was arguing with you about the language shit, this was my this was my this was what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's my thoughts. When we were arguing, and I want the audience to know, me and Gullah wasn't arguing with each other. Listen to what Gullah said, because me and Gullah don't get in arguments on such subjects because we agree with everything. We was arguing against Amon Ra Squad on Afro-Asiatic. That's what made me peel off because it was a SAR. So what he said when we was arguing, he wasn't arguing with me. I want them to know that he was arguing with we were arguing with the Amon Ra Squad over this subject a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Mistake somebody.
We was like we was like we was like the Protestants and the Catholics. Shit. The Shiites and Sunnis.
Yeah, like we had a long run.
Yeah.
It's
so now.
What'd you say, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I had a video I did though for me. This is a little bit before I met you, like 11 to 12 years ago. I was reading that Egyptian dude Mustafa Gadala, and I used that book as a reference back then, and he was saying that a lot of West Africans came from Egypt. I used to promote that, you know what I'm saying? But that 60% of that book was completely wrong, but he had a lot of good stuff in there though. And his name is Mustafa Gadala. He made the book Exiled Egyptians, Heart of Africa. He's an Egyptian man.
Yeah. That's why it's just me. I was trying to show and prove because Chief X was disagreeing with this shit. That's why his shit was faulty to me. That these Mediterranean people, a lot of their great granddaddies with some Ethio Somali looking motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Looking people. You know what I'm saying?
You want B one B?
Yeah,
down the line.
Yeah. Them the original Mediterranean type. Remember we used to say that. Remember we said Remember we say proto Mediterranean.
Yeah, on the African side, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now my
and it ranges. Like go to the map.
And it ranges. We got to give the genetics credit for having range. And then the other thing is, he's going to move from that argument now to, well, you got people that are culture jacking and they saying that it's, a West African that that did these things. And it's like nobody is saying that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be specific if you're trying to come at somebody for violating that principle or whatever. But you're not just going to bump people in and and play like that.
Go to the phase the one at the bottom. They say phase on or something like that. No, yeah, Siwa. Go to the Siwa dude.
Siwa?
Yeah. Yeah, see, look where they at on a little map.
Yeah, they in there too. Yeah, it's all of these people are in this area at the same time, and they are mixed.
That's that Cushitic component. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so these are Africans. You know what I'm saying? And they have some sub-Saharan African.
And if you look at the Sadi, the Filahin, or the Fila or Filanin, or the Fila group.
Hey, you see that? Hey, that's me right there. I was saying this shit years ago.
Yeah.
I talked about the Saidi, the Filahin. I at first I couldn't pronounce it. I said Filaidi. It's actually Filahin. That was damn. I forgot I said that shit. Damn, I brought up the Saidi. Damn. Hey, bro, I be forgetting, bro. That shit crazy. This shit
Yeah.
old. Shit.
These people, they have the first Egypt, man. Again, they just stand right here.
Breaking up, bro.
I said, if you look at the Fila, or the Fila, the agricultural farmers of Egypt, or the Sadi, or the people that they call peasants, the Fila, Fellah people in the Fila zones, or if you look at some of the Coptic Egyptians, they look like this to this day. And some of them look even lighter. Egypt's correct.
See, you see what I'm saying? For us to even had this information, we was already in a different league. Then you can't even put me in the same league as Chief X. I'm in a whole different league. Like we on some whole other shit. we more advanced. We was advanced with this shit back then to even be on this shit. To invite, like when you first came on the scene, we already had this and we had always had this in the 30 clip.
Yeah,
We
see,
already had this in the we
I,
already had this
I,
in the switch.
I ain't gonna lie though, brother. I remember those, bro. These conversations. This is crazy. Like this is. Hey, but you know what though? I'm gonna give Chief Keef. I said say Chief Keef, that rapper. I'm gonna give Chief X credit though. He did acknowledge that. He said he learned a lot from Ngozi. He been around. He again. And now here's the thing. I want the audience to know Gullah Geechee wasn't really public. He really Gullah Geechee was one of those people that's like in the background. He always played background roles, but
Yeah,
he definitely
I just slide nigga sources and shit.
yeah, he gave a lot of people sources, and people got to understand, like, if the audience is listening, because I can't see the board, he was around for a long time. The reason why I was impressed by this brother is because of his scientific mind. When I met him, he was going to school for anthropology. I remember meeting him, like it had to be like 9 years ago. He's been very deep. It's just that he wasn't in the public eye like that. He just started being public more. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff, that's why I gravitated to him. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he was doing and what he was presenting when I met him. You know.
Yeah, I just jump on. I see you on the pen. I jump on with you and fucking backdoor niggas while you bring them in.
We used to have fun. We used to have fun. We used to have fun. You know.
Look, he goes. Look on this phenotype chart. Look on this website at the bottom. It say similar types. And look, that northern Ethiopia is right there.
Yeah, they all in the range. Of course, man. They're all in the range. So I mean, what basically he has a social issue, with people that he thinks are going to claim that West Africans, made Egypt, right? And these other people are invaders or whatever, whatever the narrative is. It's like that's a minority of people to be going up against. That's a minority of people. Why not just teach them? Why not just teach them instead? Why not just teach them instead? But just to give this right quick, okay? West Africans ain't period. Go to Europe. Right. Let me show you something like that. Let me go to Europe. We're gonna use the citations go to the real article, scientific articles, right? Go to Europe right quick. I want you to read something real quick. Go to Google and press up Europe so I can show you something. Them niggas is a combination paleo, you see here in the Green Sahara, Mesolithic tropical West African hunter gatherer, and ghost population. So let's read about the Europe.
Yes, what was going in on the West Africans and shit. I show some other. I show some other Africans too. That's the according to motherfucking National Geographic. I was showing all type of
the African American.
Here we go. I was showing them different
He said
different Cushitic groups.
Sub-Saharan Africa, Europe. Yeah, I got the article up right now. Can y'all see the screen?
Yeah. People got certain limb proportions. Even like Egyptians, they have tropical limb proportions.
Can you expand that? Can you make that bigger? Hold on. Let the brother hit this. You got it, Tristan? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm asking, can he expand what he has up? 15,000 years ago. Can you make it bigger?
And I want to show I'm gonna show them some of the modern pictures of some of the phenotypes that's still in Egypt today.
So basically what it was saying though is that these people, they had African DNA. It said, look, you see it? It says DNA was obtained from African. Those that these people had no European ancestry. So these were Africans that have all these components. it said shows that these people had no European ancestry. Instead, they were related to Middle Easterns and sub-Saharan Africans, suggesting that the more people were migrating in North Africa than previous believed. Right. People might there was not a force field stopping people.
He was getting it in.
Yeah, that was a good. I forgot all about this show. How long ago was this? How long ago was this done?
But check it out, brothers. You guys are on a different topic than I am, that I've been talking about.
See, that's what you was talking about. We on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? We more advanced and shit. He on some 1, 2, 3 shit. You know what I'm saying? It's more complex than that.
How long ago was this show, Gullo?
It's about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I forgot
Yeah,
about
look,
that.
2 years ago. That's when he first.
No, if you no, but hold on, no, if you look on that side, he got shows up there before a little bit before that. If you look on the side,
before this shit. It's like
yeah,
like in that same time frame.
because I think but see, he first came on the scene publicly destroying that shit a little bit before this video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He probably was saying that shit. I don't know. He probably was saying that shit with Amara Squad, but we weren't even looking in Wagon. Them niggas was ops.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah,
that was an op. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. He been
He
saying
was
it.
rocking with their ass.
Yeah, he said, but when it come to publicly, he denounced that shit. I think he even had the differences when he was running with the Amara Squad. I think he knew the difference. I think he said because he been around a minute, man. He been around a minute. Shit, probably before I was born. He been around a minute. But I
Yeah.
do know he was the first to publicly say it wasn't black, and he embraced the Mediterranean. I mean, we knew about the Mediterranean, but he embraced it. I'd never really said. I'd never said Mediterranean publicly. I never did. I'm just keeping it real. I never said it at all. I didn't. Geographical locations or borders really didn't matter, But he said that shit. He said that shit.
Oh yeah. He can argue with Unc now. My shit more complex. I tell the whole thing. I don't leave nothing out. I don't leave no stone unturned. You know what I'm saying?
Is James lingering around or he not lingering around? We got
No.
people listening.
Yeah, people. Oh, she's Sayani, but same people that James was leaving. He bitched up.
Damn. It would have been fun, man. We was gonna beat him up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He like
I was beating up Garfield early. I ain't agree with agreeing with certain shit Garfield was saying.
man, bro. I wasn't even trying to attack Garfield like that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
me either.
I was trying to just come out because here's my thing. And the way it's looking, I don't even think Jabari really want to have a debate with me, bro. And if he don't, that's fine. And I'm saying that on your platform right now. Cause I mean, I was gonna just wash him up. I was just gonna use genetics, and I'm saying this even to make him comfortable. Because the way it's looking, he ain't responding to me or anything. So to be honest with you, girl, I'm really getting tired of the community. I get on here, bro, I'm like you. Like when I got time, I like learning, I like entertaining myself, and we all like studying the same thing. But
I haven't really been.
Oh my bad, bro. My bad. Yes,
but
that's why I like building with Brother BR more. I mean, it like create our own little circles and shit.
yeah, I like brother Br, and I also brother Jamal. I'm gonna get up with him. I like building with people, but in this public eye shit, like the way it's going, like I thought I was gonna be able to get in and teach, but it's too much.
No, you
It's
can't
too
teach
much.
these
It's
dumb
too much.
ass people. Yeah, you can't teach these
No,
dumb ass
not
people,
just
bro.
that, but if you people be going on, bro, I get blurred over, talked over. I can't say what I want to say, and then, you know, it's what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna do my own thing eventually, and I really would like to create my own channel when I get time, so I can do my own thing. And I don't want to be, I just want to be in tune with the people that's really doing the research
Yeah,
seriously, because
yeah,
I'm I'm waiting on the answer. Nobody's reaching out to me. They're just saying it publicly.
yeah,
And then Garfield used that title for him to smash. I don't know what that was for, but I mean, you giving out a title that I'm going to use before I even had a debate. That's kind of like weird.
yeah. Yeah, shit. We EB shit. We EBK. Like I always trying to group us and bundle us with people. I'm EBK, nigga.
Everybody killer. Everybody killer. Seriously, man. This shit get boring, bro. Cause I'm like, damn, like can't talk, can't say what you want to say. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that when it comes to education, man. It shouldn't. Like it should not be like we all. First of all, we're not professors. We're not, in these schools. We teaching in the underground, bro. It's underground hip hop for us. You feel me? So it's like, why can't people be comfortable with learning?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. This shit make. I'm going back to school, bro. I'm gonna finish what I went to. I'm gonna finish what I was in the process of finishing. I want to finish. At this point, I want to go back to school. I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's what I
Shit.
want. Yeah, that's what I want to do. If I take me
I'm
some
on.
classes or something like that.
I'm only 37. I got plenty of time. That
Yeah.
brother, what's that white dude named Ra?
He just got a couple degrees.
He just got a bachelor's degree, and he like
Yeah.
50 something, 60 or 60. It's never too late to go to school.
No, it ain't.
So I think if we have proper um, diplomacy in the sense of the real certificates, real academia, mainstream academia would take us serious, and we can have a real voice because this underground shit ain't working. It's too much politics and playing and all that shit. And it's weird. It's underground politics. You gotta say things a certain manner, and it should not be like that.
Yeah. 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 It shouldn't be like that at all, man.
But we gonna do our thing, man. I'm coming on the Western Lane with you and Bior, and I'm definitely gonna come on your shows, man, and support your shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely, man. But shit,
Shit, I'm,
I'm gonna think about coming on, son. I'm gonna think about it. You know what
I
I'm
mean, no,
saying?
no, hey, to be honest with you, Gullah, I think
Yeah.
you should. I mean, it's for educational reasons. Um, and it's no need to create unnecessary bad blood because it's for education. So I definitely think that you should go over there. And one thing about Chef Corey and even Chief X, they allow us to go on a platform. Like Chief X will let you go on this platform to talk. It's about education. Corey will let you go on Chef. Then like we got to be able. And then on their platforms, ain't no vanguard and what and how things should be said. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, and Uncle let us go on his platform. Everybody like it's about truth.
Yeah.
It's all about truth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I probably have some shit to do, but I'm gonna think about it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I really ain't in that league. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a, I really don't care who did it first for
Hey,
the conscious community.
hey, but the brother offered the money.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So shit, you can't go bad with a free $300. Shit.
Yeah, but that's a faulty win anyway. Cause shit, yeah, that's what, like he said, it's for the conscious community. Shit, I don't want never part of that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really part of that shit. I just like shit. I just a dude that fuck with anthropology. I
Yeah,
never,
we
I
gonna
never,
go.
I never really had the experience. I read a couple of Dr. Ben books and them shit just to check them out, see what they was on. But as soon as I picked that shit up, I put that shit back down, man. Cause that shit, cause I knew too much shit already.
Yeah, when it comes to Dr. Ben, man, I never really took him serious at all. You
No,
know.
even Shake
Uh,
Joe, I picked up one of his books. I put that fucker down. Like soon first chapter, I put it down. I said, I can't read this. I know too much shit. This read
yeah,
it going backwards.
yeah. The only person I really liked was Dr. John Henry Clark. I really liked him.
Yeah, I like Clark. I like Clark. Yeah, because Clark, you know what I'm saying. I think he was genuine. You know what I'm saying
He
with his
did.
history. He worked with what he had.
Yeah, he definitely did. He worked with what he had. He was an African North American Creole man, aka African American or black. Um, he wasn't pretending to be anything outside of just John Henry Clark.
Yeah,
And shit, he was real.
yeah,
But Dr. Ben, I really don't know much about except when we debunked him. And Dr. N.T. Job, I definitely got respect for him. First of all, he's from Senegal. He's part of the Murid order. He venerates Sheikh Amadou Bamba. I respect Dr. N.T. Job, even though I don't respect a lot of his information because it was off. But he went through the proper diplomacy and went through set and develop, went through the proper concentration and got a certificate. even though he gave out misinformation in the sense of race to the populations in Egypt. That's completely off, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
But I definitely don't support the things that he said in a lot of angles. But I definitely respect him for going through those zones, especially at that time. Going to France, going to school, and then present even having enough power to even go backwards and forth with UNESCO at the time. He did that, even though he got debunked, but he still did it.
yeah,
Gotta respect that.
yeah. And then there's too like we've been on this too shit too, even out some of say outside out of the public eye. We already been on this shit too. We, the type of cities we live in. We live in a city where you got a bunch of immigrants, like Arabs and North Africans and shit, and East Africans, shit like
Yeah.
that. Not the cities that we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the Midwest, you got a lot of them in the Midwest. Just like in Minnesota, you got a lot of Somalians. Like you get shit, shit. Chicago and St. Louis get a lot of Moroccans, Algerians, Palestinians, and shit. So we've
Ethiopians.
been around these. We've been
Ethiop-
around these men. These men. Well, my homeboys is Mina. You know what I'm saying? Dudes I grew up with.
yeah, but you know what though?
Bosnians and shit. We got the biggest Bosnian population outside of Bosnia. They some East European white boy Muslims. They don't even claim that they white.
No, I know a lot of my homies. My boy Arif is a Bosnian. And shit, no, he don't claim he don't he ain't dealing with that. They don't even like white people. I
Nah,
mean, I'm
they
not saying
don't.
all. I can't say all, but I'm
Not
talking about
all
the
of them.
ones
Yeah,
that
you
the
got
ones
some
I
that
know.
yeah, you got some that's kind of what I'm saying, that kind of colonized, whatever, or culturalized. But you got some that's like fuck them motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers remnants of the Ottoman Empire. They don't fuck with them other Europeans.
Hey
Them niggas
man, but
Turkish. Them niggas really Turkish shit.
I like
Me
I like getting to know different ethnic groups. You learn a
too.
lot. Very interesting, man. Like when you really open and you don't got that closed mind. Straight up, it's a beautiful
Mm,
thing. Even
mm,
shit, even with us, bro, it's a lot of cultural differences, and even in us when you go to different zones. You feel me? Like it's amazing. You know,
mm-hmm.
how long you gonna keep this up, Gullah?
I'm finna scratch off and I'm finna scratch off now.
Shit, Hey, bro, if you up tomorrow, we gonna do a show. If you up to it, hopefully we can get brother by air. We can build.
Yeah, but no, tomorrow I ain't doing the show. Tomorrow, it's my son's birthday.
Oh,
I'm going to this Yoruba African festival tomorrow.
alhamdulillah, bro. Okay,
Yeah,
mashallah. Well, I
yeah,
hope I hope you enjoy yourself, bro. Well, shit, I mean, definitely, man. That's a blessing. Are you
yeah,
taking him to a Yoruba fest too? That's
yeah.
that's
It's like an
powerful, bro.
African. It's an African festival. They doing various different African cultures, but it's a Yoruba foundation put it together. The Nigerian foundation.
Hey, see you interact with your direct ancestors. I like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a blessing right there,
yeah.
brother.
I
Uh,
never been. I never been a hotel, but never, never. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
well, to the Yoruba said, "Hold up,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Killer Shele.
That's real. Yeah, you own it, brother.
They say what they say. What Wobone?
Yeah, you be on your thing. See, I like how you you taking your son, man, a young prince, to something that's ethnical and connects with his identity, bro. Like, and that's the thing people don't understand. Like, Gullah Geechee really embraces the Western Sahel and the Western Sudan or West Africa. He
Yeah, that's
be
why I
on
named
that,
myself
man.
Gullah. Like when Chief X was bouncing with Unc them, that's why I named myself Gullah, because I connected myself with my African American ancestors. That was West African descent. I ain't never claimed no Egypt shit or Black Egypt shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Even when I showed him that Somali looking or the North Eritrean, I was like, he was trying to say, oh, that's a black North. When people say that, like, I don't give a damn. What people say this motherfucker got Eurasian and Mediterranean admixture. He even said it in that passage. They say heavily in the mix of Mediterranean type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of Horners, Somalians. I'm not saying all, but a lot of them don't want to be identified as black either. They don't like that shit.
Yeah, some of them like that. Some of them
They
like
don't
that.
like some of them don't like that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna jump off here, brother. I gotta, man. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna try to work out a little bit in the house, and we gonna get it. Hopefully I can see you, man, because I just got off work. But hopefully, after you enjoy the party, I mean the event with your son, man, we can do something Sunday or whenever you're available, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
Shit. Peace, Kane.